And it looks like, I think New Orleans won the kickoff, or won the coin toss and chose to kick. Days sending it left to Ices. And the game is underway as Ices tries to make a return happen. Only gets 18 yards on the play, out to the 30-yard line. And that's where the drive will start for the Vibe. So the Detroit Vibe, with the first overall pick in the entire draft, Luke took Death, the young and up-and-coming star from Apollo in Season 3. Sort of came from out of nowhere, was a pub player, and Maddie signed him, and Death developed into a very good, one of the better receivers in the game right now. His growth has been exponential as Luke taking a first down run for 11 yards and a first down for the Vibe. Two receivers left, playing a bunch, so Icy's back about a yard. Chip is in, lineman number 4, and the chip out from Icy is able to get 12 yards on the play. So Luke utilizing his tight end there. Icy's playing more of that kind of role, laying the shield on DJK, or I think he laid the shield on Bounce that play. Gave Luke a little bit of time to roll. Speaking of time, Luke not having much of it, but Seb missing the dive. And Kenny able to yak it up a little bit, trying to get it over to the middle of the field where he's hit by Vortex eventually. 0-yard catch turns into 16 yards. So a decent chunk of yardage there. And a first down for the Vibe. Luke dropping back to his right under pressure. Trying to find someone to step up, throwing a comeback to Death, and it's there for 9 yards. And that's a matchup that I'm interested to watch as this game goes on, is Ralstock versus Death. Ralstock was the first overall pick in the NGL draft not too long ago, and Death being the first overall pick in this season draft. Is Luke taking a first down run out right side. Death getting a block on Ralstock, and Luke's got some room to maneuver. He takes the sideline and runs it in for a touchdown. And the Vibe are up 6. So Detroit coming out the gates early and putting points on the board. Making a statement, taking 1 minute and 1 second, and they punch the ball in for a score. 70-yard drive. And they're going for the extra point here. Let's see if they can get it through. The blocks are in. The kick is up and good. And the Detroit Vibe take a 7-point lead. But then again, it is still very, very early in this game, so that lead might not mean much to New Orleans, as they are proving more and more that they are capable of taking the points right back. As DJK taking the return here, left side, looking for a gap. Finds one, cuts back inside, takes it out to the 43-yard line. What a sneeze. Oh my god. DJ returning it out to the 43-yard line. Good chunk there. And Day's getting better field position than Luke did. An extra 13 yards. First and 10, left hash. Twins right. Day's dropping back, staying in the pocket. Rolling around. Grubb almost able to hit her in the backfield, but the dive was blocked, and Day's able to take a 12-yard run on first down. Down to the 45-yard line on the opposite side of the field, so inside of the Vibe territory now. And I saw Grubb in chat said, I just bounced off you, but Day's taking another run here. Day's up past the 35, making up ground. Good chunk of yards. And Grubb's saying he bounced off Days, but in all reality, Bouse just put a shield on him at the last second. Might have been some desync, though, as Days rolling to the right, staying pocket a little bit, throwing one deep for Ralstock, and it's a little bit high. I think Ralstock, maybe if he had another dash, he could have gotten back there and snagged it, but unable to get to it. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Voodoo. Days dropping back, rolling right, staying pocket, throwing one deep for Seb in the corner, and it's caught. Touchdown, Seb.
It's gonna be another nice day.
Great throw by Days to find the open receiver. Not even open, he was kind of smothered. I think that was Ices and Kenny. He got, it was a 2-on-1, and he just ripped it out the sky. Seb getting up and making the play. Touchdown, Voodoo. Taking Not a lot of time, but the block not there on the extra point. And Wi-Fi able to sneak through. That's a blocked kick. And the Vibe stay in the lead by a point. We'll see how that affects the game later on. As the kickoff goes to Wi-Fi. He tries to make something happen here. Looking for sideline, but Days is able to step into it. 18-yard return for Wi-Fi as he takes it out to the 27-yard line. And the Detroit Vibe take possession on the left hash here. 1:59 left in the first quarter. Quick look at the stats here. Luke has not missed a pass yet as he rolls to his right. Dropping back to the 10. Throwing one deep for Death on DJK. And DJK gets it. Death over. He didn't overslide it, but he just miscalculated spot. And that's a turnover for the Voodoo. That was a Luke Moonball, and Death was not ready to spot it. And I kind of have to think that's a commentator curse. I jinxed it. And, oh my goodness, I forgot the Voodoo were red. I forgot the Voodoo were red. I thought that was a pick right into somebody's face, but no, Dave's just finding DJK wide open underneath on the right side. 8-yard catch, 23 yards all told. So now the Voodoo have the ball at the 39-yard line inside of Detroit territory. Days dropping back, rolling to the right, weak side, throwing a short one to Seb, who catches it and brings it back in bounds. Seb, able to show why he's no joke. Catching it for 15. He does not want to be a locked-up player of the game tonight. He's sick of it. Days snaps, runs it up left gap, 4 yards, down to the 20-yard line. Where's Seb? Seb's already 2 catches, 49 yards, and a touchdown. Having himself a little bit of a game right now. Days faking right, then rolling left. Has time to try and get outside, but Malik plays it. Comes down from the, I think, line position. Yeah, he's playing left edge. Coming down from the left edge and able to take, I guess that's right edge. Taking out Days. Days dropping back, throwing one over the middle for DJK, but that's too far to his inside, and Icy's there to pick it off. So maybe a little bit hurried there was Days, and a turnover is forced by the Vibe. An unoptimal spot to give it up to, almost inside the red zone. Inside the 40 for sure. There's a out route to Kenny, but a little bit high over his head. Almost there. 2nd and 10 coming up for Luke, and it is storming outside my house. Oh my god. Luke rolling to his right, dropping back to the 5, under pressure, Vortex missing, throwing one deep for Death, and it's over. Roustock stayed behind, able to body Death. That's a pick for the Voodoo. Luke, I think, just threw that one up out of desperation, saying, fuck it, Death down there somewhere, but unable to find him as Days takes a 6-yard run on first down, makes it 2nd and 4. 47 seconds left in the quarter. And Days, both quarterbacks with 33 rushing yards. Days looking to run it again here, gets 1 yard. 34 rushing yards for Days. 3rd and 3 coming up. 40 seconds left in the quarter. 2 receivers right, just inside the left hash. Ball on the 48-yard line, excuse me. Days rolling to the right, dropping back there with a 7. Icy's reading the little skinny corner, skinny corner route, I guess. And Icy's able to jump it. Another interception. And how many is that? 4 picks total this game. So there's been 4 takeaways total. We're in the first quarter. As comeback left side to Kenny's there, but Seb almost getting in front of him. Seb almost bodied Kenny and stole that pass, but Kenny able to just get to it in time. 2nd and 4 for the Vibe. 27 seconds left in the quarter. Luke rolling to his right. Fake 4-man. Out to Death is there. Roustock almost caught that on the dive, but it was just too far outside for him to get to. Great pass by Luke, finding Death for 6 and a first down for the Vibe. Luke rolling left, then stepping up in the pocket, looking for something. Days diving cross, and Luke just steps on Days. That's a sack for the captain of the Voodoo. I think that's the first sack of the game for the Voodoo. It is. Unless I missed something. Comeback left side. More of an out than a comeback. To Kenny on the left side. 5-yard catch yields 18 yards. And that will be the end of the first quarter. And yeah, that was the first sack for the Voodoo. So Days has one. Malik has one. Not a lot of impressive line play so far. Wi-Fi getting the blocked extra point though. That is definitely huge. Is Luke dropping back? Throws one over the middle for Kenny, and Kenny overslides it and then jumps to try and get back into position, but he was already too far, and Seb muscles his way over to the spot. That's another turnover. I mean, this football field is starting to look like a bakery with the amount of turnovers coming out of it. 1st and 10 for the Voodoo on the 15-yard line. Days dropping back, throwing one deep for Ralstock, who cooked death. Ralstock cooking, and Icy's able to tackle him before he can get up and keep running. But that's a 46-yard bomb, and all of a sudden the Voodoo are inside Detroit's 40-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Voodoo. Days taking a first down run, looking to make something happen, but Grubb lying on the ground, able to tackle her by the ankles. Only 1 yard there. 2nd and 9 coming up for the Voodoo. 2 receivers right. Days lining up on the left hash. Days dropping back to the 50. Sliding back to the 45. Throwing one to Ralstock. Caught for 7 yards. And it's 3rd and 2 coming up. 3:27 left in the half. I almost said in the game. That's not right. 3:27 left in the half. I'll pull up stats in a second here. Days dropping back, rolling to the left, stepping up, trying to take a run, and is able to get no yards, actually, as Malik able to drop her right on the line of scrimmage for his 2nd sack of the game. Only player so far with double-digit sacks. Or not double digits, multiple sacks. 4th and 2 for the Voodoo. From the 31-yard line is Days rolling right, staying pocket, but Wi-Fi getting around Alexander, and that's a sack and a turnover on downs. So these teams are playing really conservative offense, apart from maybe 1 or 2 deep bombs. But most of this has been West Coast offense through and through. Is Luke using his line effectively and finding 9 yards on that run. That looked busted from the start, but a few bad dives and good blocks turns into 9 yards, where it should have just been about 1, maybe 0. Luke looking for another run, but this time Days is in the backfield immediately and drops him for 4 yards. She was having none of that. 3rd and 5 coming up for the Vibe. Ball on the 49-yard line. Luke dropping back, stepping up, throwing one for Death, and it's there. Days diving backwards and tackling Death as he makes the catch. 13 yards on the play. And that's going to be a first down for the Vibe. Luke rolling to his left, stepping back, looking for something. Under pressure, just throws this one away. Pocket was collapsing around him. He was running out of time fast. Opts to just throw it away. That might be the good decision there. 2nd and 10 coming up. Oh yeah, there's thunder outside. Oh boy. Luke rolling to his left, dropping back to the 45-yard line, standing still, throwing one to Death across the field, and that's a catch down to the 26-yard line. 12 yards and a first down for the Vibe. Almost in the red zone here. Definitely within 50 range. Don't know if Luke's going to try that, though. He might just try and dink and dunk his way into the end zone with short routes and comebacks. Fake left, then rolls right, finds space, hits Kenny. Kenny gets around Seb and takes it down to the 5. 1st and goal for the Vibe. 9 yards turns into 21 on a missed dive by... Or not missed dive, I guess he just dashed in front of it and missed. 1st and goal from the 5. Luke looking for something, but the run is not there. Biles able to get off his block, and that's a sack for the Voodoo. And they need this line to hold right now. They do not want to go down a score, maybe 2 scores if they get the 2-point conversion. Luke rolling left, standing still, trying to roll back to the right, and is hit by not Hippie. God, I did it again. Hit by Days. Oh my God, Hippie's not even in this game, but the letter A and the letter I, you switch those two, and oh my God, DJ, what is it? No, Ralstock. I thought DJ K picked that off when he dove. Ralstock making the pick. Turnover again. Look at that again in a second as Days takes a run on first down. 8 yards, 2nd and 2 coming up. Let's see, 2 picks for Ices, and then 4 picks for the rest of the Vibe, so 6 turnovers already in the first half. Days taking a 3-yard run down to the 31-yard line. First down for the Voodoo. And the Voodoo really need to score here before half if they don't want to be down by 1 point. They could kick a field goal and go up 2, but I doubt they're going to do that. Days almost getting hit by Grub, looking for something. Just taking a run here. Only able to find 7. And the clock will continue to roll here. 2nd and 3 coming up. Minute 36 left in the half. 2 receivers left. Days lined up on the right hash. Taking a run right up the middle. Trying to find some sidelines. Seb laying a good block. And Days able to get 20 yards on that first down run. Or not first down, excuse me. 2nd down run. Great chunk of yards. 1st and 10. 1:25 left in the half. Days rolling left. Dropping back, throwing one deep for Ralstock, and Ralstock able to get it, but he's out of bounds. I just had to answer a quick text real quick from a parent of mine, as Days rolling out right, taking a run 8 yards. Sorry about that. Third and 2 coming up for the Voodoo. Days dropping back. Throwing a comeback to Seb right side, and that's caught for a first down. Down to the 28-yard line. 1 minute left in the half. Voodoo inside the 30-yard line. 28 yards to go to the end zone. They got to score here. I feel like they've turned the ball over every time they're in this kind of position. Days dropping back, almost gets hit by Malik again. Under so much pressure, and Grub eventually gets there. But if you're Days, you got to just throw that one away. You got 3 blitzers coming with only like 1.5 blockers. Two minutes, or not 2 minutes, 2nd and 23. Days looking deep for Ralstock, and it's not there. Incomplete pass. 3rd and 23 coming up from the 41-yard line. Let's see what Days can do here. 3rd and 23, 43 seconds left. Luke playing really deep. Icy's playing really far off of DJK. Days rolling around, almost hit by Wi-Fi and Grub. Throwing one to Ralstock, but Days throws it right into coverage. Death is there. And that's a pick for the Vibe. First and 10 for the Vibe. Luke trying to do something, almost hit in his own end zone, but just throws a quick out to Kenny for 3 yards. 2nd and 7 coming up. 33 seconds left in the half. Luke rolling to his right, dropping back into the end zone, throwing one deep for Death. Oh my god, does he have Death? He has Death deep. And that's a catch. 38 yards downfield. 27 seconds left. Luke still has 1 timeout. 27 seconds. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Throwing a quick out to Death. Death, unintentionally, maybe making a good play by stepping out of bounds, stopping the clock. Second and 4 coming up. 23 seconds left in the half. Luke dropping back, throwing a quick out to Ices. Nobody is there because the line leak went. Wi-Fi playing decoy, dragging coverage away from Ices. And that's a first down for the Vibe. 17 seconds left. Luke dropping back, throwing one deep for Ices. Able to hit him, and Ices pulls it down at the 1 before he's hit by DJK. 32 yards on that hookup. First and goal from the 1. Safety pressure looks shown, and it works. Bows getting to the backfield for a sack. Second and goal, 5 seconds left in the half. Is Luke going to try for another run here? Maybe fake it up the middle, roll it outside. No, he's going to slide right up to the line and throw it to Ices. Oh my god. That might be one of the riskiest throws I've ever seen, and it paid off. My goodness, Luke. He slid right up to the line and didn't even jump to throw that. That was insane. 3 seconds left in the half. And the Vibe going for 2. They want to make this a 2-possession game. Luke dropping back, throwing one over the middle, and Seb picks it off. So unable to make it a 2-possession game, and the Voodoo can tie this with a score and an extra point. 3 seconds left in the half, though, but they will be returning the kick second half. So whatever happens here, and it does happen. Unfortunate. DJK getting tackled back at like the 22-yard line. Quick look at the stats. Death, 6 for 84. Seb, 3 for 55, the highest, most receiving yards for the Voodoo right now. But no one in the Voodoo really getting over 60 yards in terms of receiving. Luke has 21 passing attempts compared to Days' 12. So you can see who's getting the more volume, at least. And Days, Luke has more rushing yards. Yeah, Days has 20 more rushing yards than Luke, but Luke has thrown it about 9 more times than Days. Kickoff, left side. Days going to return this one. Looking for some space. Uh-oh, Wi-Fi missing. DJK gets the shield on Death. And Days is off to the races! To the 30, 35, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. I was reading the numbers backwards. Point remains. Days with an 88-yard kick return touchdown to start the second half. And the Voodoo are right back in this. I tried to get hype and I got my my hash marks backwards. Days rolling to the left, trying to throw one corner for Seb. She wanted the lead, but she didn't have to do that. She could have just taken the extra point and tied the game. So the Voodoo are still down a point when they could have tied this game with the extra point. I don't know what that was about. Luke taking the return from the 9, see what he can do. Days missing the dive. Alexander unable to get to him, but Seb finally takes out Luke. 23-yard return out to the 32-yard line. First and 10. Luke faking the roll left, throwing a quick screen to Icy's, and Icy's going to make some yak happen here. What he's trying to as he's hit by Days. 24 yards on a screen play. Not something you see every day. First down for the Vibe, and they're making it look easy. Luke rolling to his left, under pressure almost immediately by Baus. Throws a quick out to Icy's, the tight end almost. And Seb, my God. Icy's disrespecting him too. He turned around after that and looked at him. Icy's just stood still. Seb dashed forward and dove backwards, missed Icy's. Icy's looked at him dead in the eyes and kept walking down the field. First down for the Vibe in the meantime is Luke taking a first down run for 2 yards. 2nd and 8 coming up from the 21-yard line. 3 minutes left in the quarter. Luke jumping back, getting a good push block from his lineman. Finding Kenny left side. 12 yards on the play. First down and goal to go from the 9-yard line. Detroit looking a little dangerous here. Another quick screen to Icy's, but Icy's I think jumped late or was just not in the right spot for that at all as it sails over his head and out of bounds. So the first down screen is a miss. 2nd and goal coming up. Luke dropping back. Rolling, throwing one over the middle, and DJK playing it, but at what cost? Catching it on the 1-yard line. They did get the pick. Obviously, not a bad thing, especially right there. But on the 1-yard line, could be dangerous here. Day's going to run up the middle, almost hit by Grubb, but able to get 2 yards. Slowly moving out of the shadow of her own goalpost. Days 57 rushing yards, Luke 37. Luke with many more passing attempts though, as Days taking another run here out right gap. And able to find 6 yards. 3rd and 2 coming up from the right hash, 2 receivers right. Maybe a weak side roll here? Or a short side roll? Nope, running it up the left gap, and Days has some room. but unable to outrun the safeties. And oh, Baus pausing, and this is gonna cost the Voodoo a timeout? I think this is gonna cost the Voodoo a timeout. DJ had to go do something real quick, so I would pull up stats, but I cannot because of the pause. And I really don't like that. They should fix that. They literally just freeze time. I can't do anything about it. It's crazy, yo. Alright, well, while we're waiting, I don't really have any predictions for how the rest of the game is going to go. I mean, this game has been unstandard so far for both teams, I feel like. As Luke is running a West Coast offense, it feels like Bama Nick style offense. There is, I mean, just short play after short play after short play. There's a couple of long bombs, but he's just been chewing up the Voodoo with short gains. All right, and it looks like we're ready to get back into the action here. Or are we? Okay, we are. Right, we're back. And Voodoo aren't going to take a timeout? Okay. Right. Luke has 14 more passing attempts than Days. Just getting that out of the way. Comeback to Seb is there. 4 yards on the play. 2nd and 6 coming up for the Vibe. Or not the Vibe, the Voodoo. Jesus. Both of the V teams in one game. I'm surprised I haven't gotten them backwards more this game. 2nd and 6 coming up. Days rolling to the left. Staying middle of the field. They're trying to. Getting a good shield around her. Finding her stock for 12 yards. The line moving in cohesion there and able to shield Days for a very long time in that play. Able to find her stock on a comeback. 12 yards and a first for the Voodoo. Days taking a first down run here. Up the middle, able to shift around some of the tackles. Gets 12 on what should have been about 2. First down for the Voodoo at the 50-yard line, right at midfield. Let's see what Days has drawn up here for this scenario. 2 receivers right from the left hash. Days rolling to the right. Rolling all the way outside the hashes. Throwing one for DJK, and it's caught! DJK catching that over Death and Luke. 27 yards for the Voodoo, and they're just outside the red zone now. Ball on the 24-yard line. 1st and 10. Minute 39 left in the third quarter. Days trying to do a counter play here, but is hit by Grubb as the block from Baus was not there. That was Vortex, excuse me. 2nd and 10 coming up. Minute 32 left in the third quarter. Days going to run again, this time getting 2 yards. 3rd and 2 coming up. Luke coming up with the tackle. And no one's got double-digit tackles yet. Days has 9. Death has 9. We'll see as the rest of this game pans out. Days rolling to the left. Almost hit by Grubb. Throwing one to the corner of the end zone for Railstock. I think it was a little bit high. But I think Railstock may have been able to get to the corner, and that would have been a touchdown. But I don't know. It looked like it might have just been high in general. 4th and 8 coming up. I mean, if I was Days here, I'm kicking a field goal and going up by 2 points. Days dropping back, throwing one to the back line of the end zone. Never mind, you have Railstock. You can just do that. Touchdown, Voodoo. They take a 5-point lead. I mean, now you're kind of forced to take the 2-point here. Because if you don't, it's a 2-point game. Or it's not a 2-point game, it's a 5-point game. If you get the 2, it's a 7-point game. And the miss. So it's going to stay a 5-point game. I don't think Days has had a single successful extra point this entire game. How's Wi-Fi doing, J-Bear? Oh, J-Bear. The reason the score looks like this is because on the first Voodoo score, Wi-Fi broke containment and blocked the extra point. So he was able to put it at a weird score margin. Wi-Fi trying to return it a little bit, but 29 yards, or 21 yards is all he gets out to the 29-yard line. Yeah, Wi-Fi not doing too bad himself. He's got, what's he got? 1 sack, 3 tackles, and a blocked extra point. Luke trying to run it in the meantime and getting hit on the line of scrimmage by Baus. 0 yards gained, 0 yards lost, but it will still count as a sack. Baus, number 3 for him. Luke rolling to his right, looking for something. And Icy's wide open, but Luke throws it over his head. Classic Luke. He's got to have at least 1 or 2 overthrows a game. We've seen a couple so far. The most worrying stat for me is turnovers. I think there's been 5, 7, 8 turnovers so far. All interceptions. And Baus finding Luke 15 yards backfield. Drops him at the 14-yard line, 4th and 25. And expect the Voodoo to play a very deep coverage look here. DJK backing all the way up to the first down line. I don't know if I play that far back, because you can just throw it to someone and hope he yaks it up. But no, he's trying Kenny on Seb. And DJK comes over from the middle of the field to pick that one off. So neither Seb or Kenny were in spot. And that is going to go to DJK. 1st and 10 for the Voodoo on the 49-yard line. Day's looking to run it. No, dropping back. Fake run. Seb wide open. Catches it on the sideline. He's down to the 15 to the 10. 5 dives in for a touchdown. Touchdown Voodoo. And the vibe slipping a little bit. As now the Voodoo are up 11 all of a sudden. My goodness. Seb making up for getting embarrassed earlier in the game by Ices, and he scores a great touchdown. Days looking for another 2-point, but cannot connect. Days has not converted on an extra point at all this game. Only touchdowns, no extra points, no 2 points, nothing. Kickoff left side going to Luke. See how the block set up here. He was able to get a shield on Ralstock, and he gets through for the tackle. 21-yard return out to the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Vibe. 29 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Luke taking the snap, rolling to his right, under pressure by Days. Days missing the dive, and Icy's able to make the catch. Icy's trying to yak it up, but he gets tackled by DJK at midfield. 1st and 10 for the Vibe. 18 seconds left in the quarter. Luke, left hash, 2 receivers right, rolls weak side, goes one over the middle for Death, and it's there. Just an in route for Death, 5 yards, and an extra yard of yak there, so he tries to squeeze up to the first, but unable to get quite there. 2nd and 4, 10 seconds left in the quarter. Luke rolling right, then staying pocket, throwing one deep for Kenny, who has over top. He catches it on the 1, and he dives in for a touchdown! Oh my god! Kenny pulling that one in. What a play. Got behind Seb and had to lay out for it, but he was able to get into the end zone eventually. And if the Vibe make the 2-point conversion here, and they're going to go for 1, make it a 4-point game. They're tired of going for 2. Oh my god, Alexander got through, but he missed. Oh boy. That was really close to being tragic. Apparently Luke didn't call out when to block. He just said, in a second I'm going to kick. That's not what you want to tell the guys blocking for you on kicks. Day's looking to return something here. Oh my god, almost gets through again, but Ices takes her down at the 32. Alexander just taking a knee. He missed the block, and he knows it. Or was that Vortex? I can't tell. Those skins look too similar for a second. Day's taking a run right gap. And Wi-Fi-ing Kenny button heads as Day's able to get an extra 2 yards on those missed dives by both players. 2nd and 4 coming up. .345 left in the 4th quarter. Days rolling right, trying to get outside, unable to find something. Luke almost getting there, but Days able to take off and get a run, and she has downfield blockers. Uh-oh. Days out in the open field, down to the 20, to the 15, 10, making a man miss, down to the 8-yard line. Almost taking that one in again. Days with the deadly run game, 54 yards. And that puts Days well over 100 yards. 150 now for Days. Luke has 22 rushing yards. Days has 150, plus a kick return touchdown. Days looking to run again. cutting left side, Death missing the dive, and Days cutting back inside, getting hit by Grub. 1 yard on the play. So the second and goal from the 6. Second and goal from the 7, my bad. Second and goal from the 7. 2:59 left in the fourth quarter. Second and goal. Days trying to run up the middle. Luke missing the dive. Wi-Fi overcommitting to the dash. Missing Days and 5 yards on the run. Third and goal from the 2. Safety pressure looks shown. Go I form here if you want to be ballsy, Days. Oh, no I form. I wanted to see I form. Sacked by Luke. Safety pressure proved to be too much for just the 3 linemen, and the insta-cells are there. 3-yard loss in the play. Days backed up to the 5. Fourth down. And they want to stretch this lead out if they can. Honestly, I would take the field goal here, though. Put yourself up 7. Throws it over the middle. Oh my god, every time I say that, they score a touchdown. Touchdown, Voodoo, DJK. Pulling it in. And now it's a 10-point game. And I don't know. I would go for the extra point here. Just try and kick it through. There we go. Kick formation coming out. Let's see if they can get the blocks up this time. Yes, they can. Kick is up and good. 31 points for the Voodoo. Up 11. 2:25 left in the game. Now 11 points isn't a whole lot, but it's only 2 possessions. So there's enough time for Luke to score and get the ball back, but he's gotta hope Days doesn't just try and run the clock out when she gets the ball back. As Luke takes 21-yard kick return there. 34-yard line is where they'll start this drive. Left hash safety pressure look from the Voodoo. Interesting. I gotta assume it's gonna be a fake blitz from Days. Yep, fake blitz. Vortex missing on the insta-cell. Luke looking for Kenny. Oh, but Seb gets behind him and bodies him. Seb almost had the pick, but just ends up bodying Kenny for long enough for no play to be able to be made on that ball. That was a close one. 2:14 left. Luke rolling right, throwing one over the middle for Death. He catches it. Tries to run it a little bit more, but tackled after 20. Good play and a first down for the Vibe. They're trying to get downfield as fast as they can here. 2:05 left in the game. First and 10. Luke rolling left, staying pocket. Stepping up, looking for something. Might have to just take a run here, but he throws one to the back end zone for Ices. He lines it up. DJK could do absolutely nothing. And Ices with a touchdown. And the Vibe move within 4. I don't know if that was a fat finger or what happened. Kick coming in from the Vibe. Hopefully they call it out this time, and they do. Kick is up and good. Whoops. Now they move within 4. They were within 5, but now it's a 4-point game. So excuse me for that. Minute 55 left in the game. This time, DJK gonna take the kick return. Stealing it from Days. Cutting left and back up the middle of the field, but Grub able to tackle him at the 32-yard line. First and 10 coming up for the Voodoo. 1:49 left in the game. Days lined up right in the middle of the field almost. 2 receivers right, rolling to the left. Looking for something deep, maybe Ralstock. Ralstock running a comeback, then an out. Death didn't stay on him. Ralstock getting open. And that's a 23-yard play for the Voodoo. Down to the 45-yard line. I almost said 35. Whoops. Down to the 45-yard line. And we... Whoops. Didn't mean to press that. Hello. Are almost at the 1-minute warning. Minute 23 left. He's trying to roll left, find something, but hit in the backfield for a loss of 2. Not in the backfield. What? Takes a 2-yard run. I'm losing my mind. Takes a 2-yard run. Days at 155. Second and 8. Days looking to run again. Gets 2 yards yet again. Third and 6 coming up. 1 minute, 2 seconds left. I don't know what Luke is talking about. 3rd and 6 from the right hash. Days rolling left. Trying to step him in the pocket. Wi-Fi unable to get the tackle, and Days going to run past the first down line. Gets tackled by Death. First down for the Voodoo, and Detroit forced to call a timeout here. 57 seconds left. You gotta just get to Days before she can throw this off. And if she does throw it, force a bad one here. She's gonna run it. Left side, the counter play. 3 yards for Days. 2nd and 7. Luke's gonna let the clock run a little bit, and Days is gonna take advantage of that. He's gonna take about 10 seconds off this clock here. 42 seconds left in the game. It's never too late, though. Something wild could happen. Days trying to run up the middle, and Luke hits her in the backfield. Loss of a yard on the play for the Voodoo. Luke using timeout number 2 of the half. 39 seconds left. Days, quick snap. Tries to run up the middle. Gets 5 yards. 4th and 3 coming up. This is make or break time for the Vibe. They have no timeouts left, so if Days gets this first, it's game over. She just has to run out the clock. 4-point game. 4th and 3. Days dropping back. Under pressure. Wi-Fi unable to get there on the dive. Throwing one to the corner for DJ, and it's picked off by Death. Death showing up when he's needed the most, picking it off in the end zone. Touchback for the Vibe. 30 seconds and 80 yards of field. Let's see what they can do here. Luke dropping back. Throwing one over the middle for Kenny, and it's there just over Days' head. Caught by Kenny. Time running down. 9 seconds lost. 21 seconds to go. Luke lined up on the left hash. 2 receivers right. Rolling right, then back left. Finds Kenny, who catches it and steps out of bounds. Good play. 3 seconds fall off the clock. 18 to go. 2nd and 1. 2 receivers right. Luke on the left hash yet again. Luke gonna run up the middle. Take the first down. Oh, he's gonna keep going. Gets out to the 40. 13, 12, 11, 10, and the play is called. 20 seconds off the clock, and they've made it 60 yards downfield. No, not 60, excuse me, 40 yards downfield. Still a decent chunk of yards to go, but Bouse able to get to Luke in the backfield back at the 50. A bad weak side roll, and there's 3 seconds left on the clock from the 50-yard line, and something's got to give here. Days is most definitely going to be blitzing here. 4-man blitz. Luke rolling right, almost hit by Days and Vortex, but it's going to be Alexander making the final play, tackling Luke in the backfield and stopping a comeback. Last second, 31-27, and the Vibe get their undefeated streak snapped. They will sit now at 3-1, and the Voodoo advanced to 5-1 on the season, or 5-0. Excuse me, not 5-1, 5-0. Luke having an outrageous game at quarterback, 25 of 36 for 428 yards. But he threw, what, 6 picks? He threw 6 interceptions to, what is that, 4 touchdowns? 3 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, and he had 6 interceptions. So not a great turnover to touchdown ratio for him. At 26 rushing yards, but Days making sure everybody knows that she is a dual threat quarterback. 1 rushing touchdown, or 1 rushing touchdown, 4 through the air, 274 passing, 182 rushing, 13 of 21, and 3 sacks. So Days putting up some strong numbers. Bouse leading the game in sacks. He had 5 sacks, 61 blocks. Not bad game for him. But that will do it for me tonight. A quick stream, at least faster than the one last night with triple overtime and whatnot. But I will be back, I think, in a couple days. I don't know exactly what game it is because I forgot again. But when the time rolls around, you will know. I will be live, and we will meet again down the line. So I will see you guys very, very soon, and thank you for coming out. Hope you have a great night, and I will see you later. Peace out.